crafting a compass for thriving. Gather what serves, shed what hinders, and weave in what's wholly yours. Adapted wisdom. In the bustling hubs of 19th century Britain, a healer named Dr. Evelyn Marrow noticed a troubling shadow lengthening. Across urban sprawl, tumors were multiplying as smokestacks rose. The age of steam and steel roared forward, remaking lives in ways once unthinkable. Marrow glimpsed a thread binding this surge to the clamor of progress. Malignancy seems to flourish where invention thrives. Her foresight rang true. Over. Time, cancers joined hands with clogged arteries, sugar's silent havoc, and mind's fading light, collectively dubbed shadows of abundance, for they trailed the march of mills and cities across continents. This isn't to curse the gifts of modernity, trading today's hum of convenience for the raw perils of old, plagues, roving threats, chaos untamed. Few would choose yesterday's brittle existence over today's cushioned ease. Yet this polished world, while stretching years and comforts, has sown seeds that can choke vitality in subtle, persistent ways. The riddle lies here. The landscape has shifted beneath our feet. Sustenance, motion, kinship, all transformed in mere generations, while the ancient blueprint within remains a stubborn echo of eras past. Once, a rare sweetness from berries or wild nectar fueled survival through lean moons, a quiet ally. Now, that same essence floods tables in syrupy torrents, unmooring the body's balance, overwhelming its quiet machinery with bounty it can't tame. This crafted realm hums with hazards, overladen plates, idle limbs, restless nights, and a ceaseless buzz that frays the spirit. Scroll a screen too long and feel the pull. It's as alien to our deep roots as a steam engine would be to a cave dweller, paired with triumphs over fevers and fractures that once felled us. It's as if evolution's sieve has been set aside. The inner code no longer aligns with the outer stage. To flourish amid this discord, sharp wits and nimble steps are the call. The journey thus far has mapped the terrain and charted the course. Knowing the foe as a strategist studies a rival's every feint. By now, the plan's bones should stand clear. The body's hidden levers, how these creeping shadows take root. The task turns now to the craft of movement, how to sidestep the old scripts of fading and carve out vibrant extra seasons. What precise strokes can trim the odds of collapse and lift life's richness as the years stack? In this new lens of care, 5 arenas beckon for mastery to reshape wellness. First stands motion's might, a titan among them, forging both longer days and fuller vigor. It's no monolith, split into breath's steady flow, its fiercest peak, raw force and rooted poise, each a thread to unravel further. Next comes the alchemy of fuel, what's eaten, or better, the body's dance with its intake. Third, the oft-overlooked realm of rest, only lately prized beyond the old guard's shrug. Fourth, a toolkit to steady the heart's tides and lift its song. Last, the brews and essences from beyond, potions, aids, vital sparks, learned in healers' halls, bundled as outer gifts. This exploration skirts those final gifts for now, save a nod to familiar allies like artery-clearing elixirs, or a sugar tamer eyed for deeper promise. The spotlight falls instead on the quartet unsung in training's echo: motion, fuel, rest, soul's ease, realms once glossed over, their wisdom sought by the curious few who ventured past the scrolls. At first blush, these seem plain truths: stride more, eat wisely, sleep deep, feel steady. Yet the magic, or the mischief, hides in the weave. How should limbs bend and lift? What shifts will cleanse the feast? How can slumber deepen? The aims gleam obvious, but the paths twist endlessly. Precision demands peeling back the surface, forging a bespoke map, and the flexibility to redraw it when winds shift. What marks a deft stroke? Consider the hum of roads, where metal beasts claim lives, a quiet fixation for some. Every 10 minutes, a thread snaps, says the keepers of wayfaring counts, yet many could be spared with cunning moves. How might the wheel's dance turn safer when chaos feels so untamed? The known shields ring familiar. Buckle in, eyes off the glow, shun the bottle. Spirits stir a quarter of the toll. The tallies whisper more. A third of ends tie to haste's blur. Useful echoes, but no revelation stirs there. The real craft begins in spotting the ambush points. Highways, with their furious pace, might seem the reaper's lair. Yet the crossings, those humble grids, claim the heaviest toll. A sidewise clash, another's rush through a signal's red, fells most, often sparing the reckless for the steady. Here lies the gift. At the crossroad, choice breathes. A pause, a glance, left, right, left again, catches the rogue tide. A seasoned hauler of loads swears by it, peering first into the driver's flank even when the way is green. From this springs a sharpened move, simple, wielded daily, trimming the shadow's edge. A small pivot, leveraged long, bends fate's arc. So it goes with this quest. Broad strokes narrow to fine cuts. Clues and whispers guide the aim. Ripples reveal the yield. Tiny turns, stacked over seasons, forge a mighty gain. This road-bound tale isn't so far from the chase for thriving. The carriage is everywhere, a hazard woven into the weave, much like the quiet threats to wellness in this age. To stand tall, through lengthening years, the art lies in threading through a maze of unseen snares, lifting both span and spark. What follows unveils ways to dull those edges and fan life's flame, tailored to each soul's grain. The twin pillars, fuel and flow, the densest arenas, sustenance and stride, demand most shift together, rarely one alone. When a new traveler steps forth, 3 lanterns light the way. Are they overfed or underfed, swamped by excess or starved of need? Do their sinews sag or stand firm? Does their inner fire burn clean or flicker dim? Often, the overfed bear faltering fires, though. Lean frames can harbor the same. Near always, a dim flame pairs with slack strength, a duet of fuel and motion's interplay. These knots unravel slowly ahead, but the weave matters. For the overfed, the aim is to trim the flood. 3 paths open, as later pages show. Yet if sinews falter too, the cut must spare the builder's share, chasing not mere lightness, but a shedding of fluff for sturdy gain. The threads tangle tight. No arena stands alone. Rest's embrace sways the flame's steadiness and motion's vigor, and the heart's tune too. Still, the core often pivots on stride and sustenance, bound close. Choices lean on steady signs. Bloods. Oil, liver's hum, paired with living measures like the sugar test's arc, alongside the body's map, fat's hidden hoard, bone's density, muscle's heft. What unfolds mirrors a healer's daily dance, mapping aims, tracing the craft's roots. For the fine strokes, guidance shapes a personal scroll, not a blind decree. The spark is kindled to stir action, mending motion, tuning fuel, cradling rest, soothing the soul. No writ binds this, the labor falls to each. It's no gentle drift, old. Rhythms must bend, effort must rise. This isn't a rigid trail for all to tread. No single cloak fits every frame. Exact steps, how many paces, what morsels, need a living echo beyond these pages' reach. Instead, a lattice emerges to steer motion, fuel, rest, and heart, a frame to stretch farther than any universal edict on shares of this or that. This melds the sharpest knowing with seasoned touch, ever shifting. The dance adapts, neither locked to one creed nor swayed by fleeting banners. Low sugar or high breath, no camp claims the flag. The field stays wide, testing what fits, ready to turn anew. Once, long silences from food held favor, until the scales tipped, strength's loss outpacing gain save for the fullest. The craft bends with the tide. The sole aim is to stretch life's thread and lift its glow, to outlast the fade. It's a rewriting of the slow dimming others bore, plotting each stretch to outshine the last.